Um, Fighting on Saturday, it's the most generic question of all, but I think it's an important one. How are you feeling just 2 days away?
I'm feeling great. You know, my weight cap is good, doing really well. So it's good. You know, I have a lot of powers. You know, and you know it's perfect for me to go and fight day, replenish and full power.
I really wanted to ask you about Anthony Smith versus John Jones, right? You fought Cormier and it was a defeat for you, and Anthony Smith seemed to have the same thing, right? He makes it to this big level and he defeats, and he's spoken about how he wanted to take an entire year off to try and mentally recover from that. What was it like when you lost, and can you sort of understand and relate to what he's saying?
No, I mean for me it's not that hard on me. You know, it's not nothing like super crazy like this. For me it's easy just to you know to brush myself off and go back on my feet and get back to the gym right away. You know, because the only way you're gonna clear a defeat or do whatever is like training like a madman. You know, going back to the drawing board and involving like doing whatever you need from your mistake. And if your brain doesn't follow up, you know, you're not gonna be performing well, you know, and that's something you need whenever you train. You know, it's a everyday process. You know, you need to feel good, and then that's why your mind is really important.
I was about to say, is that something you can teach yourself, or do you just have it, or you don't?
I think you have it or you don't, and maybe some people need like a mental coach and stuff like this to help them, you know. But there is definitely a power into it because the mind is a really powerful tool.
Obviously, you watch that fight. You want to be at that tier of the division, right? You want to be fighting John Jones and these guys. What did you think Anthony Smith did wrong? And is there anything you can see of his performance that you can go, okay, well, I don't do that. I'll do something else instead?
I think the key for Anthony, you know, during the fight will be in a later round, you know, and that's something that's a little bit that's the thing that got a little bit bad for him because he starts being a little bit shy later in a round. He starts going into John's rhythm, you know, and just playing with him, you know, after his rhythm and stuff like this. So I think that's what cost him the victory.
What did you think of the illegal knee?
I think that was really nice from him, you know, definitely. But also, if you want to be winning a fight already like this is kind of, you know, whatever. But beating Jones, getting the belt after this will be such a shame for him if he would have got it.
So would you have stayed on the ground if you got kneed in the head?
No, definitely not. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, you dare to fight. You see people sometimes, you know, they get fucking big shots, you know, in their face, and then they are touching the ground. There's a small something coming, and then they're like devastated, you know.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. You know, if it's really in the balls, if it's in the eyes, you know, and stuff like this is different, you know. But if you touch the back of the head or something, and then I don't know, you know, it's. You know what I mean?
I think I've spoken to every fighter and everyone's saying the same thing. It seems to be a thing amongst fighters. Like, if he had stayed down, I don't think any fighter on the UFC roster would have respected him anymore. Is it just one of those things like, we're here, we're fighting, just get on with it?
Yeah, I mean, like, whoever want to win like that, especially your belts, you know, like, how... there's not going to be any value behind the belt, you know, so you can hold the belts, but you can never consider yourself a champion.
Thanks very much, Volkan. Appreciate it.